watching Bermuda Tonight. It's Friday, June 10th. I'm Jasmine Patterson, and thanks for joining us. Surprising news for our tourism industry today as
the House panel investigating the January 6th riot at the U.S. Capitol is firmly laying blame on Donald Trump. In the first primetime hearing, lawmakers said the siege was no accident, but an attempted coup. Plus, one person is shot and killed during a traffic stop in Oconto County. Now the State Division of Criminal Investigation is looking for witnesses, and several upcoming music festivals in the Chippewa Valley are looking for volunteers. A free ticket could be yours in return.
You're watching Hello Wisconsin with Bob Gallagher, Phoebe Murray, and Skywarn 13 meteorologist Mike Dandria. This is WEAU 13 News.
Good morning and hello, Wisconsin. It is Friday, June 10th. We're coming up on 5:30. And
Live from the Breaking News and Weather Authority, this is WEAU 13 News at 5.
It's been more than a month since the death of a 10-year-old girl in Chippewa Falls.
Thanks for watching Fox First at 10. I'm Xochitl Hernandez. Well, we begin with some breaking news. The Kennewick Police Department is responding right now.
Where news comes first. This is WECT's Carolina in the Morning.
And good Friday morning, taking a live look at the U.S. Capitol this morning after the first.
Where news comes first. This is WECT News at midday.
Well, good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for WECT News at midday. I'm Kim Ratcliffe.
Where news comes first. This is WECT News at 11.
We begin tonight with news just into the WECT newsroom. A man wanted for murder now in custody. Good evening and thank you so much for joining us. I'm Daniela Hankey.
And now I have your Friday morning forecast. Jambalaya starts now.
From your local station, this is News Channel 5's Jambalaya.
Good morning and thanks for waking up with us. I'm Joanna Phillips.
And I'm Charisma Thrash.
And happy finally Friday to everyone joining us this morning.
Oh, TGIF.
Yes, I'm definitely.
From across the Twin Tiers, this is WENY News at 11.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for WENY News at 11. I'm Alexandra Dern in for Nick Quattrini.
Why do we schedule dates with our plates? Turns out a delicious meal triggers a double shot of dopamine, the pleasure chemical in your brain.
Can one hot dog really alter your lifespan?
And flossing is actually a fetish, like squeezing or squishing foods between your fingers or between the toes.
Plus, 3D printed meat is really happening. Any clue on how it tastes?
The Doctors. The Doctors. Monday at 9 on WENY CBS. Follow WENY News on Twitter for all of your news, weather, and sports updates. Closed captioning is sponsored by Twin Tiers Hearing Aid Clinic. From WENY News, this is First Warning Weather.
Well, welcome back. We're looking at some dry conditions across the Twin Tiers tonight. Partly cloudy skies in place and temperatures.
From WBKO News, local, first, now. This is WBKO News at 10.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Gene Burke. Tomorrow morning will mark 6 months since devastating tornadoes ravaged parts of Bowling Green.
This is CBS 46 News at 9 on Peachtree TV.
Breaking news at 9 o'clock, a deputy is shot and a standoff with the gunman is now over.
A CBS 46 viewer sent us video of officers opening fire as the man was barricaded inside a car.
A new report from police is raising questions about what really happened.
Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Hi, everybody. Thanks so much for joining us for Eyewitness News at 4 o'clock on this Friday afternoon, June 10th. I'm Mark Zinni.
And I'm Stephanie Simone. We are on top of several big developments today. Let's get you caught up with the afternoon rush.
And first up for you right now, an issue we're all dealing with today, of course.
We'll take a look at the mess left behind, all next at 7.
Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
First up tonight, breaking news out of Middletown, where the city dealing with a massive water main break. Look at this here. It's
double deadly crashes, one involving a pickup truck and the other a trash truck. We'll have updates from both scenes.
Average gas prices across the country topped $5 today, plus inflation jumped to 8.6%, the steepest increase in 40 years. The latest on the historic economic impact.
And it was like a scene out of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. 2 people were rescued after falling into a tank of chocolate. 69 News at 4 starts right now.
Your life, your world, your news. This is 69 News, live at 4.
Good afternoon. I'm Julia Rose.
I'm Wendy Davis. First at 4, abortion rights in Pennsylvania could be put in the hands of voters. A new for 69 News at 10. The Berks edition starts now.
Your news. This is 69 News Berks Edition, live at 10:30.
Good evening, I'm Wendy Davis.
Enseguida, en su edición en español, continúan aumentando los precios de bienes y servicios aquí en Pensilvania. El gobernador dice que enviar cheques pudiera ser la salvación para muchos. Le explicamos. Además,
su vida, su mundo, sus noticias. Este es 69 News, edición en español.
¿qué tal, amigos? Les informa José Martínez. Iniciamos en Harrisburg, donde el gobernador Tom Wolf sigue pidiendo a la legislatura estatal.
Live, local, experienced. This is Eye on Northeast Kansas, Kansas News Leader.
Good afternoon. Welcome to Eye on Northeast Kansas. Chris Fisher in on this Friday edition. We've got a lot to get to today, a lot of
working for you. This is 23 News, first at 4.
In the name of transparency, Rockford Police released video of the officer-involved shooting at the Hard Rock Casino and opening act that happened just a few weeks ago. And later, we'll speak with a doctor about how you can protect kids from the coronavirus. Plus, in today's Talkers, a Texas family finds some closure 4 decades after a tragedy. Welcome to 23 News, first at 4. I'm Anna Marie Shutt. Let's kick things off with 4 minutes of our top stories. Rockford Police released
Tonight, Rockford Police reveal body camera footage that captures the terrifying decision to fire at a man they say pulled a gun on them, the latest on the investigation. Then athletes and coaches for the Rockford Rivets are ready for a full summer of games, but the league is still looking for host families. How to house a player later.
It's been comfortable to say the least over the last week or so, but things are about to change as a big-time warm-up is on its way, and we could be potentially talking about the warmest air we've had in 10 years across the region. Your news starts now.
Working for you. This is the 23 News Update at 10.
New body camera footage from the Rockford Police Department and Winnebago County Sheriff's Office revealed the eerie moments leading up.
WLBT Today at 11 starts now.
Good morning. Well, we do like to have a little fun around here. It is an alert day. That's why it's red around here, and some of that severe weather is making its way into the viewing area right now.
Storms came roaring through today, causing damage in the metro area.
3 on your side. WLBT News at 4 starts now.
After that stormy afternoon, calmer conditions are in the forecast this evening. First Alert meteorologist Peyton Garrison has a look at the forecast. Peyton?
Yeah, we definitely had some stormy and rough weather around here this afternoon.
This weekend. 3 on your side. WLBT News at 6 starts now.
Well, tonight, the man accused of shooting and killing a Meridian police officer is behind bars
after U.S. Marshals take him into custody this morning.
Yeah, the accused gunman now back in the city where the community is mourning the loss of a hero. 31-year-old Dante Bender is accused of killing Kenneth Kroom as well as Bender's fiance. Now,
for your weekend, we are uncovering where you can find some of the best deals on gasoline.
Taking action for you. Action News 5 at 6 starts now.
So let's begin at the gas pumps. As inflation increases, the national average price of gasoline climbs to $5 a gallon, the highest it's ever been. Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Burke.
And I'm Joy Redmond. Joe, that hurts. And you're probably scouring the city to find where you can get the cheapest gas here in the Mid-South.
This is WLOX. News now at 6. Your news starts right now.
Tonight, we're learning more about the man accused of gunning down his pregnant fiancée and the first police officer to arrive on the scene. New details on the case and how the community is honoring Officer Kenneth Kroom. But first, our First Alert weather team watching some storms on the radar tonight. Let's go straight to Eric Johnson for the latest.
Yeah, that's right, and we have some good news. That severe thunderstorm watch that was issued earlier has now been allowed to expire.
Hopefully the rain holds off. We'll check in with Charlie Shortino for a live report from the course. Plus, inflation getting out of control. We'll tell you just how much prices have gone up recently. And if you're traveling abroad, we have one less thing to do to get back into the U.S. No more COVID-19 tests. We'll tell you why.
Live from the WMTV studios, your news authority. NBC 15 News at 11 starts now.
Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Elliott. Thank you so much for watching NBC 15 News at 11. New today, Madison
TV, internet, and voice provider. First, fair, everywhere. 19 News starts now.
All over Northeast Ohio, 19 News crews are everywhere working on stories that matter to you. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Fry. Tiffany Tucker has the evening off, and we begin 19.
Live, local, now. This is WSFA 12 News, Today in Alabama.
Good morning, happy Friday, and welcome to Today in Alabama. I'm Jed Davis.
And I'm Jasmine Williams. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Our Summer Fun and Food Drive is happening right now.
Live, local, now. This is WSFA 12 News, first at 4.
Happening now, you have 3 more hours to come out and donate to our news.
This is WVLT News at 6.
Kind of surprised that he did it in the way that he did it, but I'm not surprised that he decided to leave.
Yeah, what prompted an East Tennessee director of schools to quit in the middle of a public meeting, and what happens next? Vols fans ready for another win. We're live at the watch party as that action gets underway.
Well, we're tracking limited rain chances. Could impact the Vols game, but not by much. After that, it's really about the heat, talking mid-90s. It's going to feel even hotter than that. What I want you to know tonight.
Well, good evening. Thanks for joining us for WVLT News at 6. I'm Amanda Hera. An East Tennessee school board basically shocked. Their director of schools resigned and walked away right in the middle of a meeting.
From your hometown news leader, this is WDVY News 4 at 6.
Good evening, I'm Carmen Fuentes.
And I'm Taylor Pollock. This is News 4 at 6. A man accused of child porn in Dale County faces even more felonies. Daniel Gilley has been.
From your hometown news leader, this is News 4 at 10.
Thank you for joining us for News 4 at 10, everyone. I'm Taylor Pollock. Some heavy showers moved through our area earlier this evening, but there's more rain in store for our weekend. David joins us now with the latest. David, what can we expect?
Well, rain chances will be dropping as we go into the weekend this evening.
Live from Toledo, this is 13 ABC Action News.
Good morning, everyone. Thanks for waking up with us on this Friday. We start out with a look at your forecast right now. Meteorologist Ross Ellett is standing by with that. Good morning.
Not a bad Friday evening. Lots of clouds out there. Just a few light showers and really splitting around northwest Ohio. We have some up near Detroit and parts of Canada. Also southwest of us, south of Fort Wayne and Van Wert. That large area of rain missing. to our south, affecting people in Cincinnati, Dayton, and Columbus. Here's that weekend preview. The chance of rain has gone up a little bit for tomorrow night, but like we thought, the majority of that comes in after sunset. Could see a quick quarter-inch of rain now, and then the chance of rain Sunday afternoon has dropped to 30%. Highs this weekend at 70s and 80s, 90s on the way next week, and heat indices, the feels like number, about triple digits. Not for just one day, but maybe two. We'll update the 7-day forecast, let you know when the heat arrives in just a few minutes. Action News starts right now.
Now on 13 ABC Action News.
We've pre-ordered the vaccine so that if it does get a green light, we'll be ready to go.
A local doctor already making plans if the FDA approves COVID vaccines for little kids. Plus, the Walleye hoping to tie it up in the Kelly Cup Finals in Florida. Fans in Toledo at watch parties cheering them on. And a festival full of fun, entertainment, and inclusive activities.
This is 13 ABC Action News.
And welcome to 13 ABC Action News. I'm Diane Larson. Lee Conklin has the night off. Parents who are anxious to get their youngest kids vaccinated against COVID.
Good Friday morning. Thank you for watching Morning Break. I'm Tim Guider here with Saria Sandlin, Kyle Jordan. We have made it to the weekend.
Yeah.
Another great Friday we're looking forward to. You got any big plans?
Nothing really. Right now on the news at 6.
Live, local, now. This is the news at 6.
Tonight on the news at 6, reviewed and dismissed. A local nonprofit files an ethics complaint against Savannah Alderwoman Keisha Gibson Carter. The review panel votes to dismiss it. A look at what led to the final decision. Plus, hearing from the responders.
The scene was very chaotic, trying to determine what actually happened and how many people we were actually trying to locate.
It has almost been 2 weeks since a deadly boat collision in Chatham County, and tonight, for the first time, we're speaking with Coast Guard members who were on the scene. Our Mariah Congito shares their experience that day. The News at 6 starts right now.
Well, good evening and thanks for joining us.
Screenforautism.org.
You're watching Delta CBS WXVT Cleveland.
Good morning, I'm meteorologist Chase Ward. I'll have more details about that and your full forecast coming up. The Delta News Morning starts now.
News that works for you. This is the Delta News Morning.
Coming up in your Delta News Morning, the federal government launches an investigation into the Louisiana State Police. We'll explain what prosecutors hope to uncover. But first, the Delta congressman takes center stage in the Capitol riot investigation on national primetime TV. Those stories and more start right here and right now. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Delta News Morning. I'm Dennis Turner. Today is the 10th of June. It's Friday. Thanks for watching. In this morning, we have
In just a few minutes, and the Delta News starts now.
News that works for you. This is the Delta News at 10.
Coming up, the latest on the Capitol attack hearing, which is underway. Plus, Gun Violence Memorial. We have this and much more starting right now. Thank you for tuning in to your Delta News at 10. I'm Stephen Robinson. Well, the Congressional Committee investigating the January 6 attack on
First at 4:30 on ABC 21 Morning News, blaming Donald Trump. Lawmakers revisit January 6th, saying it was planned. We recap the biggest moments in the first hearing. And helping you get money, Governor Holcomb unveils his plan to help Hoosiers.
From WPTA, your weather authority, this is ABC 21 Morning News.
Good morning and thank you for starting your day with us. I'm Kayla Stewart. First this morning, let's get a check of the weather with meteorologist Nick Maruziak. A chilly start to the day today.
Yeah, a little bit on the cooler side. Nothing that is unheard of for this time of year, but if you're
mother's cries I will never get out of my head.
These are the same green Converse on her feet that turned out to be the only clear evidence that could identify her at the shooting.
And I just told my class, get on the ground, get on the ground, get to the corner.
So brutally. So yeah, it's very heartbreaking.
Outside that we can see, but as a surgeon, I am able to see and unfortunately have to try to treat the destructive nature of the injuries from the inside.
Tonight, we are continuing to dig deeper into the debate over guns in America. Coming up in just a bit, I'll talk with a trauma surgeon who shares her perspective from the medical side of the debate.
From WPTA, your weather authority, this is ABC 21 News at 11.
Hey, thanks so much for staying up with us after the game on this Friday night. Here's the view from downtown Fort Wayne. A pretty nice evening, and we are in store for a very nice weekend. Good evening to you. Thank you for choosing us at, what is it now, 11:35? I'm Brian McElhatton. Matt Leach is in the First Alert Weather Center. Matt.
Yeah, a pretty pleasant evening. Temperatures in the 60s.
Yeah.
This is going to be a temperature range I think many are going to wish we were in.
Now at 6, we're learning more about the investigation into the January 6th Capitol riots, the chilling details that have been released by the committee in charge of the trial. Plus, a shooting in Maryland leaves several people dead as gun violence in the U.S. continues its upward climb. What we know so far about this attack.
A few stray showers possible by late afternoon, especially south of Fort Wayne, but overall 70s, low humidity and sunshine still sticking in the forecast. Enjoy it now. There is major heat on the way next week. My full forecast and so much more coming up on Fort Wayne's NBC Today.
Live from Television Park, this is Fort Wayne's NBC News Today.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Friday to you. There's your live look over downtown Fort Wayne. June 10th, 2022. Thank you so much for starting your day with us here at Fort Wayne's NBC Today. I'm Jack Keenan. We have a lot to get to this morning. Forever Home Friday with a 3-month-old puppy. Liz Braden is in Decatur for the sculpture tour. And Nikki Petras is here with our weather forecast. A lot of storylines developing, Nikki. The heat wave next week, some showers to deal with today.
Now at 11 on Fort Wayne's NBC News, a Capitol police officer and filmmaker testify about the violence they experienced during the Capitol insurrection last year. We'll have the latest from the first public hearing.
Relief that we can provide Hoosier taxpayers is good by me.
Governor Eric Holcomb announces his plan to return more money to Hoosier taxpayers, but why some lawmakers say it's not enough. And a huge shipment of baby formula has arrived in the U.S. from Germany. Also tonight, what we're learning about past problems at a key formula plant.
Live from Television Park, this is Fort Wayne's NBC News at 11.
It begins now with a true accounting of what happened and what led to the attack on our Constitution and our democracy.
I was called a traitor to my country, my oath, and my Constitution.
First at 11, a series of long-awaited public hearings from the committee investigating the January 6th attack at the U.S. Capitol has begun. Good evening, and thank you so much for joining us tonight. I'm Julian Tikaram. Linda has the night off. Tonight's hearing served as an opening argument ahead of at least 5 more public hearings.
We'll continue to see temperatures maybe hanging around 70 degrees. We'll have more details on that coming up just a bit.
And for this week's Brewvine,
Claire is the gateway to northern Michigan. I also say it's a gateway to east, south, north, west.
we're heading to Four Leaf Brewing, where summer fun and suds are always on tap.
From Northern Michigan's news leader, this is 9 and 10 News at 5.
Groceries, gas, rent, services, everywhere you turn, prices are going up. The latest inflation figures are out, and it's breaking records, hitting the highest levels since 1981. But what do these numbers mean for you, and when can you expect?
Today on Suncoast View, does downtown Sarasota need a grocery store? We'll talk about a rumor for the new Main Street Plaza development.
And we'll take you into a room exploding with beautiful 3D flowers and show you how creating these amazing blooms brought joy and peace to a Sarasota woman after her cancer diagnosis.
Plus, it is time to remember dear old dad, and we have a Father's Day gift idea that you could do together. All that and more right now on Suncoast View. Welcome to the show and happy Friday.
Well, we made it.
I am happy to be in the middle of two of my favorite people, Linda Carson and meteorologist Mike Modrick, who, by the way, is the reason I'm in the middle. You want to tell the nice people that you don't like the middle and why?
I don't like the middle because when I'm in the middle, and of course I'm here with these two incredibly beautiful and engaging women, but I have to go, my head is like back and forth like a ping pong to listen to the two of you. And I'm back.
Find out first at 4 with ABC 7 News at 4.
So now we're just waiting for justice for her because she deserves at least that much.
A search for justice after a devastating loss. Friends of this woman, Stephanie Shenefield, now reeling tonight, learning their friend has been found dead nearly a week after she went missing. And today, the Manatee County Sheriff's Office piecing together the moments that led up to the end of this Manatee County's mother's life. This man right here, William Redden, charged with abuse of a corpse, among other charges. The sheriff's office saying he was seen on camera getting rid of Shenefield's body. As we look at the map, Shenefield last seen near 16th Street East in Bradenton before she suddenly stopped responding to friends and family. Shenefield, as we said, had been missing for nearly a week before this disturbing discovery.
And our Shane Battis got to speak to Shenefield's friends today.
Inflation skyrockets to a new 40-year high as prices from everything from gas to groceries continue to climb. What this means for you straight ahead. Plus, travelers from overseas will no longer have to get a COVID test to enter the United States when that policy is set to take effect. And never before seen evidence shows a jarring picture of the January 6th attack on the nation's capital. We're breaking down the new details from those hearings on Capitol Hill. 12 News Before Noon starts right now.
NBC 12 News Before Noon starts with local breaking news.
Thanks for joining us. I'm Kelly Avellino. That local breaking news coming out of Henrico this morning. We've learned a juvenile has died after a shooting. Police say it happened on Old Bronze Drive where the Kurt Autry is here for a preview.
Ladies, we're learning some new information about that deadly shooting at a graduation party back on June 3rd in Chesterfield. On your side at 6, the recent arrest made by Chesterfield police and new details about what else was involved. And a local YMCA celebrating a new chapter, the $5 million renovation project at the Manchester location, and how they hope to serve as a helping hand, including immigrants. Plus,
and I'm AJ Nwoko here at Richmond Executive Airport speaking with an airline captain about the national pilot shortage and why he says this is a problem that's existed long before the pandemic. I'll have more on that coming up.
"12 on your side at 6 starts with local breaking news.
and that local breaking news out of Chester, where this 18-year-old is charged with murder in connection to that graduation party shooting last week. Andre Coleman of Hopewell is in jail with No chance at bond tonight. You'll remember late last Friday night, police responded to reports of shots fired along Stepney and Weybridge roads. World War.
NBC 12 News at 11 starts now.
But tonight we do begin with a wide look at First Alert Doppler radar. That system out to the west is what will be bringing us rain in the morning.
Let's send it right over to Nick Russo for a closer look at what to expect. Nick?
Kurt, the good news here is that the rain is not going to be quite as widespread as we were thinking earlier for Saturday, so there will be.
The National Desk, America's News Now. Breaking now, a high-stakes primetime hearing. The committee investigating the January 6th attack, revealing never-before-seen footage. Hold the line! Hold the line! Depositions from those closest to former President Donald Trump.
Made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen.
And live testimony from key witnesses.
I was called a lot of things on January 6, 2021 and the days thereafter.
I documented the crowd turn from protesters to rioters.
Tonight, the National Desk covering every angle, the major moments, the Republican response, and how we got to this point. Plus, no brakes. Drivers running on fumes as gas prices hit $5 a gallon.
$151 to fill up the truck, where last year it would cost us less than $100.
The president pointing the finger at global factors. Americans putting the blame back on the White House.
I have never seen a whole-of-government assault on an industry like I've seen from this administration.
Tonight, what experts fear could push prices even higher. And severe weather takes aim at the heartland. Millions of Americans dealing with dangerous flooding, damaging winds, and possible tornadoes. The watches and warnings in effect right now in the cities that need to be on alert heading into the weekend.
Live from the nation's capital, this is the National Desk, America's News Now. I'm Megan O'Halloran. Tonight, another record broken.
Turn it down or get shut off. A local government is now suing a food park over loud music. Now at 11, what the owner and residents are saying about the live entertainment.
It's been a wet Friday night. Rain continues to work through. There's more on the way, too, and even the chance for some stronger storms in your weekend Weather Authority forecast.
Tens of thousands of demonstrators prepare to march on Washington for new gun legislation. Now at 11, why they say they are optimistic for change.
Breaking news alerts and the Weather Authority forecast. This is Local 12 News.
Good evening, everyone, and thanks so much for staying up late with us here tonight at 11 o'clock. Greater Cincinnati's largest outdoor food park is known for a good time with food trucks, drinks, and live music.
Now on News 5 today, breaking news, a fire rips through a home in Warren County. Now officials say one person has died. We have the latest from the scene.
March for Our Lives. I'm Christopher Salas on the National Mall in our nation's capital with a preview of today's demonstrations taking place across the country.
And aside from a few showers today, we're looking at a mostly dry start to the weekend here. More widespread chances for storms returning tonight and tomorrow, though. I'm breaking the timeline down for you coming up.
This is WLWT News 5 Today, leading the way.
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm Megan Mitchell. I'm here with meteorologist Katie Donovan. It's 10 a.m.
It is. Good to see you.
So good to see you. Happy you're back this weekend.
Yeah, me too.
And
coverage you can count on from your good neighbor station. This is KGNS News Evening Edition.
Good evening, I'm Jocelyn Gallardo. South Texas is in for another hot week, and as temperatures are expected to stay in the triple digits, well, currently now several counties in our viewing area are under a heat advisory. According to the National Weather Service, advisory conditions are expected in west.
Right now, KNOE 8 News live at 6, your breaking news and weather authority.
Well, the weather turned violent in some areas today. Good evening to you. I'm Jennifer Andrews. It became dangerous and even deafening in West Monroe. Lightning, it hit this home in the 1100 block of Otis about 1 o'clock. A woman and her 4 great-grandsons were inside, but they did manage to get out okay. Now, this is her childhood home. Jeanette Heron says she moved here when her mother passed away.